Alright, so I'm going to try to do two videos here. I'm going to be spalling this with the aluminum little bopper, I guess I can call this, or it's a spalling rod or whatever you want to call it. And some of you might have noticed I'm wearing a country t-shirt. I don't normally listen to country unless it's Johnny Cash, okay? Other country, no. This is a hand-me-down. Okay. So I've already tried spalling a little bit with it. I just want to see how I've been spalling small pieces. I want to see how it works on this bigger piece. Now this stone is heat treated, I believe. It comes from Arkansas. A friend of mine sent me this from Arkansas. So if you're watching, hopefully I don't mess this all up, but if I do mess it up, it's a good learning experience. Okay. It's kind of grainy material. Really cannot see. A lot of cortex, well, not a lot, but there is cortex around the whole thing. And I can make points out of this. But hopefully I'll end up with a nice biface. And the longer the flakes are that I take off of this, the more useful the whole thing becomes. And I'm using natural light. Hopefully it works good. Alright. I'm using it like this. Now I also use natural antler like that too, or I can swing it slightly. But it seems this is more efficient, less effort. I notice that my wrist is starting to act up because I was using this as a spaller like this and also as a mallet, and whenever I use something heavy over and over, it messes with my wrist. It becomes very painful. But I notice that it's a lot less painful if I work with it like this. Okay. That wasn't very flat, but it was okay. And I like to use a centripetal technique. I've been reading. I've been doing some reading, and I use a centripetal technique, and I get that fancy word from the centripetal Levallois technique. There are two types of Levallois techniques that I've been reading about, and I think I'm going to do a video on those two techniques. One is a centripetal. The other is when you create a core that is very specific and very intentional. But I'll show you. There, just to keep it simple, there's two different types of Levallois techniques. Alright. But I use the centripetal to do bifaces when I first start out. and it usually leaves a wavy edge all the way around, what they call a sinewy edge in some of the literature. Now I get questions on why I don't show myself in the video. Two reasons. One, I don't like seeing myself, and two, I want to try to get as close as possible to the actual napping. That way when I see my video I can actually tell what's going on. Believe it or not, I do watch these myself. Okay. I should have thought of that a little bit better, because I could have run that ridge a little bit better. I might be able to hit really hard on this and take a big flake off, so let's see. And I notice I can drag this on the edge and get a very similar effect to an abrader, especially when it's starting to wear and it's got all those dimples in it. You can brush. Over time this will become a better flaker. Let's see, I was over here. I'm going to try this. Well, let's see. I can probably get a better result if I do it like this, so let's just do it like this. Very precise hit. You can see right where I hit there. And I probably would have had a harder time removing that with this, like this. This is more accurate, but like I said, it messes with my wrist. If I sit here and by the end of the day, it's just becomes too much of a chore. Okay. Anyway. I'm going to try to get this one out. Someone let the dog out, and now she's going to be barking. Okay, let's see. See, this doesn't allow me to do very long flakes on this piece. I was doing long flakes on more nappable type of stone, so I'm going to switch back to this. Alright, let's see. I'm trying to develop a platform here. I'm going to have to cut this video short because I have to respond to that request over the phone. Let's see. Trying to make this a little bit better for a platform, but I think I might just have to hit right there. No, it's pretty crappy, so I need to make a better platform. I don't like to hit on the cortex. I also didn't want to lose much width, so that was okay. I can afford to lose some of that. I'm gonna have to hit on the cortex, but I think if I hit hard enough, it'll be all right. The thing that sometimes worry about it are these internal issues. There's a seam right there, so if I hit really, really hard, I hope that seam doesn't open up and go across. We'll see what happens. Well, I hit that pretty hard, and all I did was nip off the platform. The angle was too much this way. Should have been down lower this way. Let's see. I think I just need to stop thinking about it. Okay. Now, people have suggested that I hold it on my leg like this and smack it, but I hate doing that. And it's personal preference or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just the stubbornness, but I don't like doing that because I get a lot of flakes here, flakes coming back. You know, flakes a bit embedded in here. Not too bad. And also a little bit of bruising and fatigue. It's just, I don't know. I don't like doing it that way. I might suffer from doing this way because it jumps around, but I'll live with that, I guess. Okay, so I've pretty much got the edge all napped except for this. Trying to develop a good platform here. One of the dangers of doing this, like tapping, slight tapping, is that it could get very crushed. So even if it seems random, it's actually a fast version, and technically it's supposed to be accurate. All right. I'm hitting at the wrong angle, so I'm just pulverizing that platform and just snipping it off. Just because it's a strong platform doesn't mean the flakes will carry. You can just knock the platform right off, like I'm demonstrating there. Very good platform, just not hitting it right. I hit it right, but I didn't hit inward enough, so I just scooped it. It's supposed to go across. But I see a lot of potential for these flakers. Even though the technique is not that good, I'm not demonstrating a very good technique. It's getting there slowly. I'm losing a lot of width, but with practice you don't lose as much. Alright, so pretty much all the edges have been modified, and all it takes now is working on the edge, building or shaping these platforms to drive flakes across the turtlebacks. I'm going to stop it short here, so I need to go. But I've been using this flaker for the past little while, and I can see a lot of potential for this, so it's going to conserve my antlers without messing too much with the technique. When I switch back and forth from aluminum to antler, it's not so drastic as copper to antler. And that's a good thing, because I want to do more ABO videos. And if I had a few days to prepare for each ABO video, then it wouldn't be so bad. But I've got like maybe 15 minutes of prep before each video, and that's not really good. Alright, so here we go. See, it is effective at flake removal if I just don't think about it too much. Let's see. If I hold it far away, it looks like it's really shrunken. So here it is. It started out really big and it's still really big. Alright, I gotta go.